In New York, the statute of limitations to file a lawsuit for personal injuries resulting from someone's negligence is 3 years, generally. The exceptions come about as if the defendant is a municipality. And generally speaking, though there are some exceptions, the most prevalent statute against municipalities is 1 year and 90 days. Now, there are some other statutes. The statute of limitations against New York State is 2 years. But and then there are statutes against municipal agencies, and there are literally hundreds of them that vary. Some of them are as short as 1 year. In addition to the statute of limitations, though, there's something else that traps a lot of people. Because you have I have 1 year and 90 days, I've got 2 years, I can take my time. For a whole host of reasons, you shouldn't take your time. Because you want to get the lawyer out there and maybe an investigator right away to investigate that accident immediately. Get the evidence at the scene. What happens if there's skid marks? Because your vehicle put on the brakes or the other vehicle put on the brakes, those skid marks are only going to be there for a certain number of days. And when it starts raining or snowing, they're going to go away. Skid marks are very important because there's actually a mathematical formula that you could use to figure out how fast the vehicle was going based upon the skid mark. And it tells us a whole host of other information. Maybe only one tire caught, so you only have one skid mark. Maybe the skid mark goes in a different direction. So much information from skid marks. You need to capture those right away. But the trap that I was referring to previously in New York, and it's in all states, all cities have this. It's called a notice of claim. So in addition to the 1 year statute for the municipality, so the agencies, or the 1 year and 90 days, or the 2 years for the state of New York, they have what they call a notice of claim or notice of intention to file claim. Same thing for practical purposes. You need to give the municipality, whatever it is, a notice that you are going to sue them. And that notice has to be served on them in a very certain way. It's in the statute. And on a very particular person or location. And it's in the statute. And if you don't serve it within that time frame, and yet if you don't serve it pursuant to all the technical details in the law, you could have a judge throw your claim out, even if you bring your lawsuit within the statute of limitations, because you didn't satisfy the notice of claim, notice of intention, the file claim time period. A judge does have discretion to extend that period, the period for the notice of claim or notice of intention. But judges will only do it for good cause, for good reason, and they can only do it up to the time period of the statute of limitations. But you don't want to have a judge exercise their discretion, because a lot of them don't exercise it in your favor. So if you're involved in an accident, that's why you need to hire a lawyer immediately. The first thing you do is get on your cell phone and call a lawyer. I'd say call Parker Wakeman. We'll meet you wherever you are. We'll come to the hospital. We'll come to your house. We'll come to your office. Because we know how important it is to investigate accidents within 12 hours of when they happen. Critical. You know why? Because insurance companies represent the other guy, the guy driving the other car, the guy driving the truck, the guy representing the company doing the excavation. Their insurance company knows how critical it is to get their investigators out to the scene within hours of the accident. And they're going to do that. So we want to be there first. We want to talk to the witnesses first. We want to talk to the police officer first. Absolutely critical. There's a world of difference in the outcome of the case if we're there first. That I guarantee you.